No, people are complaining about people are complaining they can't get into the game. No one's calling it a bad game. Jesus.
And we're live.
Are we? Let me see. Have we get notification? Yes. No, wait. Let me see. Do we get? Wait. Let me see. Are we live?
I think we're live.
I don't get. I didn't get a notification.
It says live, but it still says 0 seconds. It's loading. All right, now it says we're on.
There we go. Now it's live.
That's not all the Gundam games I have. Oh, that's in recently added. All games. There we go.
Are now live, and you're using the Miracle template instead of the Soundout template.
Oops. Oh well. Okay.
I think you should Metal Sun streaming.
Yeah, their stream ended a couple hours ago.
Pretty sure their stream went better than ours in terms of getting their game working.
All right, new tweet. Where's that thumbnail? So the Guilty Gear Strive Beta is being fickle, to say the least. So I'm going to stream some old Gundam games.
It's gonna make the front could probably make the post upload thumbnail just a bunch of compilation of box arts of these games.
Right. I'm gonna stream some old Gundam games instead. Come hang out and watch the games. Still open to AMA. I also know as Maximilian dude's streaming Final Fantasy right now and not
Guilty Gear.
Yeah. Alright. So that tweet is sending very slowly. That's fun. But at least we don't have to deal with Sony. This is all in my control. He says as he don't know what he's doing.
Your tweet just went up, so
I tweeted it, and no, I'm not updating OBS right now. I'm live streaming. Okay, so it's tweeted, so hopefully people notice it. Please notice us. Okay, we're live.
Yay! Right, welcome back to not a Hero Club stream, to the Sound stream. But Sound put up the Hero Club template.
Yeah, you know what? I could just invite everybody else and then be like, hey, now it's Hero Club.
Darkhawk, get back in here!
I should message them. Should be like, I'm streaming old Gundam games.
Should we summon Darkhawk back? It's like we have at the beginning of this quote-unquote streams. People are coming back! People are coming back!
Yay! We're gonna play Zeta Gundam Hot Scramble first because I love playing this game for some reason, even though it's bad. It's not really bad, it's just old.
Is this Famicom? Famicom?
This be Famicom, yes. I also need to make sure that the game is centered and not just the stream template thing. Or I may or may not have set this stream up in like 3 minutes and not actually planned this out progressively. People watch my content because I'm plucky, I guess. I don't know.
Professional. Well, more professional than metal.
It's very slightly more professional than metal. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to skip this part.
What's this? Let's see, in the chat. Wasn't this one of the first Gundam games?
This was like the first... Oh, this isn't even... Oh, I didn't click Hot Scramble. This is Away to the New Type. Oops. I thought I was playing Hot Scramble, but we're playing Away to the New Type instead because... I don't know why.
It sounds just the wrong game.
I'm sorry if it looks like I'm doing absolutely nothing correctly, but that is absolutely true.
Oh god, shrink that, shrink that. That's, you can barely see the logo.
Don't worry, I already did.
They yeah, come as a cover up, at least on the stream. Yeah, the stream layout. They covered the taskbar up there.
Actually, this is what I should do. Let's do this. Go back to OBS. And then just fit it to that. Something like that. Well, actually, I should make the window a little bit shorter. I may or may not be doing what I should have done ahead of time right now.
We know what we're doing.
If anyone's got questions, comments, you should definitely be concerned for my well-being. Because I don't know what I'm doing.
We're doing this because ours is oopsies.
It's just like Bandai. It's like, oops, there's actually 170 voice clips.
And like, I think the game, I think Strive's online is back now, but it's too late.
I don't want to deal with it right now because everyone's gonna try to get on now.
We'll do it tomorrow.
It's just like social distancing. The second people stop doing it is when everything's gonna get worse. I'm gonna go punch Jared. I think that's what's going on right now. Guys, does anyone read Japanese? I've seen Zeta Gundam, so I know what's going on. It's just...
What was the first good Gundam game?
That would imply that there's any good Gundam. I'm kidding. No. I mean, my favorites are the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games.
I wanted us to make like a HD like trilogy. Like, well, there are HD like a remaster pack for those games.
Yeah, that would be nice because those games are great. I just want a new one.
I don't think they will, sadly.
I want IBO stuff. And Age.
Get some build in there. Get some of the build series in there.
Get lots
like
of the build series.
Just go all out. I don't even have some story reason for some of those characters. They could just be there for as extra characters.
I mean, Ultimate Mode and Reborn was essentially just, who cares about why? It just happens.
Night Gundam, like real mode Night Gundam's in the third game, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's voiced by I think X8's actor.
So this is a tactical strategy game.
So the Fire Emblem?
It's not as good. I guess I'm playing as the Rick Diaz. How do I do anything? Oh, circle, right. This is weird. Okay. And all the songs are the songs that aren't legally allowed to be played in North America, so we're breaking all kinds of copyright.
What's that? A chat goes down. Oh no!
I don't think we would because the chiptune version. Actually, I think that stuff got cleared up. Because, like, from the Aqua Star with Love got used for the Origin, so. And it was also released on digital music platforms here in the US. At least this is visually more interesting than Fire Emblem.
Well, it's the older games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The games of this era. Oh, okay, I guess it's the...
This is actually more of the Skya-like, whereas like you actually like attack in field and don't transition to the battle screen. Oh, it was one in the chat. Oh, it's one of those clunky Gundam turn-based games. I never liked these ones.
Yeah, this is not really that fun.
We can switch to one of the Digimon. We can switch to one of the Digimon games, maybe.
I got all kinds of games on this emulator.
Exciting!
The drama. So anyways, that's this game.
Should we play? What was the one wing game that got turned into Power Rangers Fighting Edition?
Where is Endless Duel? There is Endless Duel. Why is my camera still on?
Is it? It doesn't say.
It's not on, but it's just.
It's not on.
Yeah. This way we get some fighting games in today.
I mean, this one, my other hatred of Wing aside, it's actually a good game. They kept Merlina's doll face also in this game also.
Oh yeah, this one's very accurate to the show. Is it displaying properly on the...
Since you have the audio, since I can hear the audio from your end, it's delayed badly.
Oh yeah, that's typical, but I'm just wondering if the window screen's correct.
Yeah, it looks correct.
Cool. Let's not do the story mode, because that's going to get very convoluted fast.
We did start like more flashbacks to the series.
I don't want to put you through that again. Wait, it's a 2-player mode.
When did this game release? Was this released during the middle of the series?
It was early in the show. It was the early half.
So the decent half, at least.
It has Wing Zero though, so it is second.
So at least that was this came out when that came out, or maybe it was like early. It could be an early bird cameo.
Yeah, and then there's also Mercurius and V8, because...
Who's the pilot? Who pilots those mechs?
I don't know. I should probably check that before going into a match.
Who pilots those mechs in this game?
This is Power Rangers: The Fighting Edition for anyone that knows that game.
They just simply just reskin this game together.
Essentially.
Right?
It plays the same. It's like essentially the same fight mechanic system.
Isn't that funny? All they did was change the sprites and that's it, so all the stages are the same.
Well, I mean the stages all feel the same anyways, because they're all just backdrops.
I wonder, in that game's code, can you still find some of the wing sprites in that code?
That's a good question. If I knew code, I would totally look into that.
Someone from like some kind of resource foundry or whatever. I forget the websites are just called. I wonder it probably has it maybe.
Likely. Oh, I stopped paying attention. What?
Oh, so Wing.
Yeah, just like Wing, I stop paying attention about halfway through an episode. I know it said story mode, but there's absolutely no story. It's just fight all the dudes. It's arcade mode.
Let's see, new comment from the chat. Oh, we have 8 people watching this stream.
Hello! See, I put Gundam in the title and people show up. I'm so glad.
Let's see, this is how Shin Super Robot was released during the 20th. Let's see, this is how Shin Super Robot was released during the 20s. So unlike that game, this has more than just Zex and Hero.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm surprised this game didn't make it over, except it just came, like, I know Wing came too late.
When did Wing came out in the West?
2000.
Yeah, that's Super Nintendo.
Yeah, because this came out late Super Famicom. And yeah, by the time this came out, the GameCube by the time Wing came out, the GameCube was almost up and ready to go. That was the thing.
So yeah, for everybody in the chat, answer people who are watching this. Put your questions down in the chat. You have any questions for us?
Literally, ask me anything, and if it gets too personal, I will just say it's too personal and move on.
I'll just not read that one.
Yeah, you pretty much know I won't answer.
You have any nerd questions about any topic? At least give us some 80s cartoon topics. We will discuss for hours about them.
Oh my god, you could have me on a... I could do a whole podcast about 80s cartoons and have content for 7 years. At minimum.
And let's just discuss about 80s cartoons.
Hey, at least I'm playing a fighting game. Yeah, get wrecked, Troa.
I don't remember half of these locations. I think some were like recent some episodes, but like some.
I remember the battleship, because that was like one of the best fights with the Death Scythe. I guess this is supposed to be the air base that Troa like messed up in the first episode.
I forgot about that scene.
I remember the first episode a lot.
Everyone remembers the first episode. Everyone.
Including the people that say it's the best Gundam show of all time. It's like the only episode that's memorable. I don't know.
How did the hype for Wing get so insane when it first aired?
Because the U.S. world had never experienced a mecha anime before.
Even though Mazinger Z and Grandizer and other shows did air in the West.
We never had a real robots show before. Because, like, every, like, mecha anime that came over before was all super robots. Like, Go Lion, Dairugger, everything involved with Tranzor Z and the Shogun Warriors shit. God, Quatre, why are you such a bitch? Anywho.
Oh, look, Wheels is in the chat.
So, anyways, in regards to that, yeah, how did Wing get so popular? Because real robot anime hadn't come over yet. I think that if they'd started with original Gundam, it wouldn't have made a splash because the show looks too old.
It's too old.
If they came out and were like, "Yo, here's I don't know," if they were like, "Hey, here's Zeta," Wing would have come over and everyone would just like stopped blinking or start blinking and just wondering what. Because I think it's like Wing is not that impressive of a series when you've seen other Gundam shows, but if it was the first one you saw, yeah, it would be impressive. Because Gundam is just got that legacy to it.
I'm trying to think if I saw Wing as a kid, I think I would just think it's boring.
See, I didn't start. The only Gundam stuff I watched when I was a kid was G and.
Sound Wheels adding it to add to him the call.
Okay. Hold on, let me.
Didn't the original Gundam air on Tsunami right after Wing finished or something? I think Mobile Suit aired after G.
It aired after G, and it aired after It aired after Wing. It aired after G, and it aired just in time to be cut off by 9/11.
Wheels is also asking Metal too, even though he's asleep.
Okay, I'll just. What even is Metal under? Well, I'm gonna add Project, and then he's gonna show up because.
Wheels said Project. Project is on social media. He's on Skype.
Well, Project is gonna get a Skype call and see maybe he'll show up.
Okay, so because I don't know where he is. Okay, Metal is awake. Metal wasn't responding to me for like an hour.
So we're playing Endless Duel and talking about Wing.
Okay, so this is what happened with how Tsunami aired.
Welcome back to Ninja Talks Live Wing episode.
So allegedly, this is what happened, right? Some areas in the world allegedly state that Wing went right into G in America, but for most of the eastern seaboard, it went Wing, then Universal Century. And essentially, the problem is we got regular Universal Century, and that aired, if I recall correctly. That one aired first. But the problem was, I think it was too old, and that was one of the biggest problems when you address a new fandom or association of people in North America. is that if the animation looks older, they sometimes tune it out. That happens a lot with all
9
the
times out
anime.
of 10.
So when they aired, like, say, Stardust Memory, War in the Pocket, and the Mess Team on Midnight Run and in the afternoon, because Midnight Run had War in the Pocket and Stardust. Afternoon had the Mess Team. When you play those shows that are practically animated in the same timeline and span as Wing was in, like, late 88 to 95, it flows real well with your general audience. And it didn't help at that time that 9/11 happened, and a lot of shows were kind of told, take a lot of war shows off or action shows with a lot of violence.
And especially original Mobile Suit Gundam was not like Wing, where there was like mobile dolls suddenly like
exploding everywhere.
Yeah, there was death.
But essentially, what Tsunami did was, because they saw how regular Gundam wasn't doing well, they used it also as like a backdoor excuse to pull it from the airings.
When did G air? I forget.
G aired probably 2002, 2003, and it actually did really well because it's one of the only full-fledged 50-episode Gundam shows to get like a full triple syndication. And when I mean like a triple syndication, I mean it's like as soon as its full run finished, it went right back into cycle, and it did like 3 rotations, where Wing only got like 1.5.
I forget.
Wing only was given like 1 full rotation, and I'm talking on the afternoon block. It went Wing 1 straight way through, and then it played like maybe a full-time second, but I remember only getting cut off halfway. And G got like 3 cycles, where I remember seeing it for like a whole full year. Like, G was that damn popular. And everyone's like, oh, G sucks. So I'm like, then why did it get 3, like...
G was hella popular, yeah.
But you got what I'm saying, right? Signed up for the full year. Why was all 50 episodes
oh my god.
for a full year?
So, Viate's piloted by Lady Un, and Mercurius is piloted by Noin.
Okay, that makes sense. For when Wing came out in the West, did the toy line came out at the same time as the show?
No, the toy for Wing came a little bit later in the show's airing. It was around when they started promoting Endless Waltz, because they came out with these really weird oceanic color boxes, and then when they started releasing the MSIA line, they went to the red boxes. And then they went to the weird slate, like, blue colors once they started doing G Gundam and Seed. And so it really did drastically change how they promoted MSIAs, because there's a rare commercial out there that promotes Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam and Double Zeta coming to Toonami.
Because I know for when G was airing, yeah. I know when G aired. I know when G aired. That's when the toy. I think the toy one was out right away, right?
When G came out, they were a lot quicker reissuing or releasing the MSIAs for G. Because when they were doing Universal Century stuff, the way that they did their assortments in boxes were so scattered all over the place. I remember, like, Universal Century was airing, but they were promoting Stardust and the Mess Team. But Stardust was only on the Midnight Run, so I had no idea what the hell it was. And the Mess Team got slotted in after the 9/11 fiasco, even though I still wonder how were they able to get away with the Mess Team when I go, oh yeah, that's right, because it's mechas fighting mechas in the middle of the jungle, so everyone's going to be like, oh, no one's going to remember Vietnam, but Gundam being a barren, original Universal Century making Earth look like a barren wasteland of desert made people go, oh, it's like Afghan war news coverage, so we can't have that on TV.
You guys want to know a fun fact of how I saw, even though Stardust was in Midnight Run, I still watched it as a kid?
How?
Because I was on the West Coast feed. Yeah. So I was on the East Coast feed, actually. Sorry, I was on the East Coast feed with my Cartoon Network, which means I got the shows 2 hours earlier. So I actually was able to watch some of the Midnight Run stuff. That was like the first part of the Midnight Run.
I remember as a kid, I watched an episode of War in the Pocket, fell asleep through it, and I was like, man, that was one of the most boring Gundam shows I've ever seen. Actually, gets to see War in the Pocket about 15 years later. No, it would have been 20 years later, because Soundout sent it to me, and that was the first time I really watched it. I wanted to pull a bullet in my head. Yeah, because Soundout, what was it? It aired in... War in the Pocket aired like 2001, so I would have been almost 10. And and you sent it to me. What Christmas was that Soundout? It was like, what, 4?
It was the year the DVD came out. I think.
So...
Wait, no, it was no, I watched it before the DVD.
What Christmas was that? Because remember, it was around
2015. Christmas 2015.
Probably Christmas 2015. So yeah, almost 15 years later, I finally watched War in the Pocket, and I already knew it was like garbage because the fandom overhyped it.
It's overhyped, but I still enjoy it.
I can't find any enjoyment out of it because of the poorly written story.
What series?
War in the Pocket. It's really poorly written. One of its biggest
It's
problems.
a Shakespeare tragedy, Will. You just don't like Shakespeare tragedies.
No, the problem is it's not a good Shakespeare tragedy.
No Shakespeare tragedy is good.
Yes, they are.
Romeo and Juliet is one of the biggest bullshit stories of history.
Hey, at least it focused on the love story.
Yeah, well, War in the Pocket wasn't a love story.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, because
If you think War in the Pocket's a love story, then you missed the whole point of the show.
Oh, no. Al is just there to make everyone hate the show. That's his entire meaning.
No, it's not. He's the story.
No, he is a Zeonic traitor and should have been executed.
I mean, at least if he's not, at least he's not like freaking Denzel and Pound 57 Adventure, where we were just there for no reason.
No. That's kind of what Al is.
Al is the plot
in the story, but he's also the problem.
So
that's the point.
Like, for him, at least he's part of the story. If he's
like,
bad,
he's one of the worst kid characters in Gundam.
No, he's not. You haven't watched Double Zeta.
And we had to follow him.
You didn't watch Double Zeta.
how bad is Double Zeta's main kid character?
Don't even start me.
Like,
I mean,
there's
this
only-
is a stream.
there's only one person-
This is a
there's only
stream
one-
sound.
There's only one person worse than Al, and that's Shakti.
No, there's definitely more worse ones.
Well, I mean, sound. This is a stream, so you can rant all day about.
You can.
Double Zeta.
I like Double Zeta. There's just certain aspects that make it suck, and it
Yeah, it's
sucks.
called Tomino's Super Robot story at the beginning.
No, it's not a Super Robot story. He made a slapstick comedy. Because he was like, damn, Zeta was depressing. Let's go straight into slapstick humor and have a mobile suit knock over a school by accident.
Zeta Gundam in like 3 episodes, so it's doing Hajime no Ippo shit, you know, it's a Super Gundam.
You know what's which
Super robots are less silly than Double Zeta.
Which I find funny because wasn't Zeta Double Zeta supposed to come out right after Zeta's finale?
It did.
It fucking did.
A week later.
A week later.
Oh my god.
Like literally, if you watch though, like the Crunchy, like this is my favorite. This is my favorite story of all time. When I was telling Santa, I seen Double Zeta like long ago, like fan sub when I was like 12, right? And I still enjoy it, right? But then like I go back and watch Zeta, and I completely forgot most of Double Zeta. I only remember what I know of it through Dynasty Warriors. And when you watch it on Crunchyroll for the first time, when it was there on Crunchyroll before they took it off, and that was before it was like switched into like the days of what was it? No one knew who had the rights to Gundam and etc. to the Bandai Entertainment closing. I remember watching the end of Zeta, and it's the part where Char's just floating over the Earth, and it's like to be continued in Double Zeta. I'm like, man, it must have sucked being in Japan, having to wait like a couple of months for the new anime to come out, and then like Santa goes, "Well, go double check the aired listings." No, it was GLE said it, and I looked. I'm like, "Wait, 1 week later? What the hell?"
And then, you know what's worse? 1 week later, and you get a clip show.
Yeah.
Recapping the original series in Zeta, and it's like.
What the hell did I just?
And then after that, you get slapstick comedy.
Like I'm glad, I'm saying, I'm glad I wasn't a Japanese person.
Why do you think Tomino wanted to change the ending of Zeta to not make Double Zeta happen?
Because you know some people hated him.
I mean, Zeta's still part of the franchise. It's like it's pretty much
Unicorn validates Double Zeta. Like everyone thought that New Translation wiped Double Zeta from the timeline, but then Unicorn shows up and is like, "Yeah, no, sorry."
No. Here's the thing. This is the thing. Okay. So New Translation does essentially wipe a good portion of what Double Zeta should be out of existence, and Unicorn still set in the original Prime timeline. But people try to tie it together, it just doesn't work. Because essentially, Tomino did that wasn't because he wanted to make it that no Gundam after it existed. He just didn't want to go and do Double Zeta as a movie series. Because supposedly, there was the possibility of, if Zeta does real well, Sunrise is going to get him to do Double Zeta. So he was like, if I change the ending, they can't make me.
He's like, they won't do it if there's no story.
Yeah. So he purposely did it so he didn't have to make a compilation film.
Because they would have had to reanimate all of Double Zeta for all 3 movies, and they were not going to pay for that.
Yeah, like he was, like pretty much it was one of those ones where Tomino was like, they're either going to let me get all the animation for all 3 films, or they're not going to get it all together. So he was like, haha, I changed the ending. So pretty much it was after they swerved him saying he could completely reanimate the entire film, all 3 films, and they were like, no, you only get budget for like 1 film. So he had to spread it across 3 films.
Honestly, like, Tomino, a lot of people complain about him, but I honestly think he's one of my favorite people in the entertainment industry.
He sent apology notes in freaking Blu-ray sets. No other creator does that.
Like, I just love the way he thinks. I love the way he presents himself. And I love how he's just like, no, don't copy the past, do something different, like with everything. Like, they're building a full-size Gundam that replicates the RX-78, and his first thing was, why are you making my thing? Make something new. And if somebody tells you, why isn't it not like the old one, you tell them, that's not what this is. This is something new. And then he, of course, knows the marketing reason behind it, but he just goes in and yells because it's what I'm going to be in 20 years.
You mean you aren't doing that right now?
I'm already doing that now. What are you talking about? I don't need time to pass. I already yelled at people.
Yeah, but no, seriously, like, that's the real reason. Like, a lot of people assume that he retconned. I mean, I'd love to see a universe.
A lot of people that assume things about Gundam, like the Gundam assumptions and the things in the fan community just show me that people haven't actually watched the stuff.
Oh yeah,
like one person says it, and then everyone like riffs on it. It's just like the thing that'll always bother me, which is Car Ranger is a parody of Super Sentai. That is the most inaccurate statement of Car Ranger I think has ever been put out there.
No. It was a satirical tribute to the overall franchise.
Yeah, a satirical tribute is not a parody.
Well, parody is the best way to explain it to some people
because people don't understand what satire is. Yes.
Well, no, the problem was.
But the problem is, it made it to a Shout Factory DVD because they ripped the Wikipedia description.
Well, isn't the whole Car Ranger Save Sentai, isn't that also very incorrect also?
This is the problem. This is the problem. Everyone says Car Ranger didn't save Super Sentai. It brought back the viewership, but what fixed Super Sentai was actually Mega Ranger's time shift.
The time slot change.
The thing is, Car Ranger is given the credit for the fans coming back, but what really saved it was the Mega Ranger time shift. So a lot of people are like, oh, you're making false news, and I'm like, this is the problem I hate sometimes with some of the people that go back and do some of the research and clarifications. They choose what was the final end note and not the entire plan of the phasing. Like they look
Sentai is never going to be canceled or continued based on one show. It's a trend. It's about trends and it's about multiple shows. It's like why Metal Hero ended was because multiple shows in a row failed.
Yeah, no, but this is the thing that I was trying to say though, is that the problem is that like when we see these people trying to say, oh, it was this reason that this show failed, it was this reason. I'm like,
people are like, oh, Ranger almost killed Sentai because it was dark. No, the toy sales were solid. It's just the ratings dropped off because of real life events.
And people try to say, oh, that's the real reason. I'm like, well, that's one of the reasons. It doesn't also help that in the earlier years before that, the toy sales were freaking fleeting because the Bandai Popanika bullshit happened too.
Yeah,
like doesn't help either.
The Popanika stopping production on Sentai and going to Bandai in-house was what was killing the toy sales. O-Ranger actually brought a lot of toy sales back from previous seasons. Because O-Ranger brought back quality.
Well,
whereas Bandai for Sunrise for most of the 90s actually dropped, and then it dropped significantly when they went to bring it over to North America.
Well, that's because there was an economic bubble issue happening in the 90s in Japan. That's why the Popanika deal fell through.
Are you talking about how horribly quality the wing model kits are and how floppy they are?
Oh, they're definitely like 1,000 times better than the Victory kits.
Oh, how bad were the Victory kits? Because I hated. I had the Wing Zero original kit, and that was a floppy, horrible mess.
I would like the Wing Zero right now to dash when I ask it to.
Bless you.
Thank you. The Victory kits are garbage. Even the Stars Memory ones are trash. Like, pretty much anything in the late 80s, early 90s is pretty bad, and it only gets better with X. And then it only really turns around when they start high grade Universal Century in the early 2000s.
Let's see, in the chat, most people I know said that Tomino didn't do Zeta compilation because his close friend.
I think that actually is one of the reasons why, because this is the funny thing that people don't know about the anime industry in Japan. A lot of the anime directors and script writers, and actually the mangaka writers, become friends with their cast. Like Akira Toriyama was really hugely invested with, say, the Dragon Ball cast, the original Dragon Ball cast that carried over into Z. Not the additional guys like added in, but most of the original.
Like Maka Nozawa and such, and like Toru.
Nozawa, Toru Furuya. So Tomino had the same reason. That's why in Zeta Gundam originally, when Sayla's voice actors went to like Europe and Africa for a holiday tour and did her own little thing to like just, she wanted to go abroad on a super vacation, like on a safari or whatever around the world, using her vacation time. He was like, well, I'm not writing Sayla in my show then. If she's not here to voice the character, I'll make a new love interest and say Sayla dumped Amuro, which is like completely stupid. He should have been like, bitch, get back on the plane and record your goddamn lines and then go on vacation. That's just me.
Yeah, but respect and stuff.
Or at least write her out for a couple episodes and comes back.
Or not even write it that she dumped his ass.
She just shows up in Double Zeta out of nowhere, too, just to pick up Mineva.
Yeah, so, like, that's one thing that was stupid. So, yeah, that's one of the problems, is that, like, Tomino and Toriyama are very similar, where they, like, really suck off their own castmates to their shows. So, it ends up sometimes biting people in the ass, because, for example, there's a reason why Tien is barely touched upon in later parts of Dragon Ball Z and in Super, because his voice actor died.
Yeah, because Tien has gone through multiple voice actors.
He's gone through at least 2, and Rafs Roshi's going to go through 3. Because, Roshi's second voice actor also died.
Yep.
You know who also died? Alial Sanchez. And Cheetah Nick.
And Elidor.
Kenji and Furuwara passed
and Jackpot Striker.
Hey, Santa, how about the ironic thing of after he found out he died?
So he died, and then the next day I open up Gundam Breaker Mobile, and my free AI pilot is Elidor Mass. And I was like, what the hell, game? You just gave me a dead person.
Kenji Furuwara, his last role was Reno from reprising Reno again for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So at least,
Hey, let's hope they actually recorded part 2.
Yeah, I wonder, they recorded more dialogue for that. See, Project does not lurk.
Well, you can join the Skype call.
Yeah, you did not lurk, join the Skype call then, Project.
Oh my god, frickin' Mercurius are being a dick right now.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. So Double Z didn't get made because Tomino was like, fuck you guys, I'm going home. Honestly, I would love to see Tomino do other stuff, but he's just too old. The anime industry is just so...
Well, he's doing the G-Reco movies right now.
I want something that isn't G-Reco.
That's what he wants to work on, and... Oh my god! You stupid thing!
Like when he's done with G-Reco, I want Sunrise to be like, yo, we're gonna let you do what you want to do. Like, because what I'm trying to say is, Turn A was really his magnum opus, and he should have just stopped and never came back. But I'm like, I want a legitimate, real, final Tomino send-off. You know what I'm saying, send-off? Like, it's like, after he fixes G-Reco, Sunrise, do whatever you need to do, but break the laws of anime and be like, no, we're airing a full-fledged 52-episode series in a year. No breaks, no nothing.
They just need to have it produced all in advance and make sure it's got enough model kits to support it.
And the thing is, what I'm saying is, it doesn't even have to be Gundam.
And it needs to be F91.
Was it G-Reco was not meant to be a Gundam series, right?
Just let Tomino go back to writing crazy super robot shit like Ideon. Just let him do something. Like, that's what I'm saying, is I want to see, like, Tomino write a true magnum opus. Like, just him just write one final hurrah that is just as good as Turn A or better, and then just write out into the sunset. Because he's old enough where I'm like, bruh, no, you don't need to do anymore. You can go to sleep now. You can go to sleep, Tomino. But I'm not gonna die. No. You can sleep now. Vacation. Spend time with your family. Do it.
Why is this thing's anti-air and anti-ground, like, so easy to pull off? Like, what the actual shit? Who designed this madness?
Mm-hmm. It's just like, what is it? There's another anime author where I'm like, I just want him to do one more, like, last hurrah and then just get the hell out of here.
Yuri Toriyama?
No, he needs to just get out of here. Actually, it's not really him, it's Dragon Ball needs to get the hell out of here. Oh, hey, Soundout, you know what's ironic? When he fell asleep this morning on Skype, Big O started trending on Twitter, and it was the hilarious.
I know, I woke up and started retweeting a bunch of stuff.
Why was it trending? Was it something announced?
People were just talking about Toonami and anime as usual. They were just like, I'm so bored, I'm gonna go watch, like, my favorite Toonami promos. And everyone was like, yo, you remember how hype Big O was? And then someone was like, I am obligated to post this. And as soon as I knew, when I saw it was a video, and it wasn't and I knew immediately it was not a Toonami, like, there was no Toonami watermark on a black screen, I just said to myself, hit play, and 5 seconds later, you just hear, Big O! And I'm like, dun, 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 dun.
God, I love Big O.
And I'm like at 7, literally me at 7 in the morning, trying not to wake up my father, going, Big O, Big O.
Am I surprised we haven't covered that Ninja Talks yet?
I've been asking for us to cover it like 3 times in a row now, but no one wants to.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I have. Every time.
Once.
Let's see in chat. Have you guys seen Brain Power? It's one of Tomio's forgotten mechas.
I know of it, but never seen it. Like,
Anybody got a way for me to watch it? I'll watch it, but I can't find it.
I'll give you an example. I saw Edeon before Edeon got brought over to, like, what was it, Discotheque?
What the hell? I'm done.
Like, because Metal used to tell us all about Edeon, and then I found Edeon, and I was like, whoa, what the hell?
I think my exposure for a bunch of these other like mecha series back in the day was looking to Collection DX's YouTube channels and them reviewing all these different mecha toys.
You know, my favorite part is like one time I guess like I was reviewing something, and like Collection DX he barely like talks to anyone usually outside of his channel. So like when he came to my video, I was like, wow, I did never expect you to go looking at other people's videos. So like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I thought you just stayed in your own little universe and never explored. He's like, no, I explore sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, you remember that, right, Sada?
Yeah.
Like, hey, what, like, you and me were both getting random visits by Collection DX. We're like, hey, I thought this guy just stayed on his planet. I guess he comes off once in a while.
Alright, Sada, what game are we playing now?
We are playing Gundam the Battle Master, which you'll notice that it's a lot of classic mobile suits without their normal pilots.
Is this the FMV Gundam game?
No, that's War for the Earth.
This is the precursor to Battle Assault. Oh, okay.
You know,
But yeah, look at how all the pilots are different.
You need to play the goddamn Gundam game where it's about soccer with Kamen Rider and Ultraman.
Yeah, the soccer, the crossover game, the crossover games. What the hell's that last character?
We don't ask these questions.
No, not the big tits. It's the one with the weird goofy goggles.
Oh, I thought it was
The one piloting the Zyong.
Yeah, the one fighting Zion.
I'm gonna be calling it Zion from now on.
Just like the Duchy of Zeon.
The Dutch, yes, exactly. You remember the part when we didn't even realize it was in Bandai Entertainment until like...
Until I was watching 8th MS Team for Ninja Talks.
Yeah, we were like, wait a second, what the heck? No, also remember the Stardust and Memory trailers by Stephen Blum?
Yeah, Stardust Memory and frickin' 8th MS Team both used it.
We were like, the what? The what and the where was I? The Duchy of Zeon. Excuse me? We were like, could you say that again? And like, the Duchy of Zeon? And we were like, yes, please, thank you. That caught us so off guard.
I don't think your emulator has a PS2 emulator sound, so if it did, I would say you should play the Garo game.
I should... Garo's PS2, right?
Yeah, Garo's PS2.
Yeah, here's the problem. Okay, so like, PS2 emulation on Mac is like, almost impossible. Like, I have not gotten a single emulator to actually function. Otherwise, I'd be playing much better Gundam games. By the way, guys, emulating games on Mac is a dead landscape of sadness and pain. I like how I've lost, like, no health throughout both these matches, and I'm just tanking with the new Gundam.
Hey guys, did I ever tell you about that really bad idea I had? Even though it was actually a good idea, but it was like too much work to put in. But
What was it?
I had a gaming idea where it's like let's play, but it's pre-taped, pre-recorded, and aired.
So it's co-commentary. Yeah,
And the idea was essentially going to be a like Pokemon the Game Abridged series, where literally it's like you play as the trainer, right? But like the idea is supposed to be the trainer just does like all the people in the trainer, when you read it out loud, the dialogue is actually supposed to be just someone doing the old Charlie Brown wah, 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 and it's like.
By the way, guys, note that the armor is getting torn off the mobile suits during the fight. Just wanted to show that. That's like one of the coolest things about this game.
Spider-Man's actually pretty good.
I find it funny how like the new Gundam is just so big.
That's the size it's supposed to be.
Oh no, I'm just saying like just on the screen, like the screen is just like so tiny and it's just so large. I mean, it's a large suit, yeah, but I mean like it barely fits in the screen.
Yeah. It's so big it's not going off screen. In the chat, my exposure to most mecha is true Super Robot Wars, and that's how I knew about Dunby and how I know most of C because of how they were presenting those games. Any examples of how you guys were exposed to series or a crossover like that?
How did I learn about mecha anime?
No. The question is, how do you, any series you learn because of a crossover?
Dang, I find so much of my stuff like in these weird little corners. Like mecha specifically?
No,
yeah, specifically like.
Let's keep it mecha specific, otherwise we're just gonna get into weird territory.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I really discovered mecha via crossovers, except by like montage videos of people putting trailers together, or through Soul of Chogokin. Like Soul of Chogokin is the best way as merchandising for me.
Yeah.
Tatsunoko vs. Capcom introduced me to Gold Lighten. There.
Yeah, because like
that's it. Like, that's my answer.
Because Marvel vs. Capcom is how I was introduced to other video games, but mecha-wise, I was mostly introduced due to merchandising. I didn't even know what Super Robot Wars was, I think, until I met GLE.
Yeah, that's where I discovered all the different mechas is true, like Solo Chokin figures, stuff like that, or AMVs, what you have project songs.
Why is this Zaku kicking my ass?
But to make that topic a little more general, I'm trying to think of any example of a crossover where I was series we got introduced to a crossover. I can't think of any. I can't think of any series I got interested in because of a crossover.
I knew about Devilman, but I didn't get interested until Man with a Mission did a tribute song that was so incredible that I was like, I need to know more about Devilman.
I remember that me and Project discovered this thing called Bakugan between the crossover had with 21 Jump Street.
Wait, there was a 21 Jump Street Bakugan crossover?
That's a scene where there's a couple of dicks playing Bakugan in like classroom at lunch. You guys like, yo, what's this Bakugan? Is it drugs?
Okay,
and then later in the movie, Channing Tatum is playing Bakugan. It's just a joke. It's a joke, right? It wasn't supposed to be taken serious.
Okay, I was wondering. Because like sometimes there could be like moments where I was wondering because like there was like you can
Generator Rex via Ben 10.
I asked because like sometimes these movies do stuff like that where it's like
is it really a crossover if it's actually the backdoor pilot pitch?
That's not a crossover. That's a backdoor pilot.
I was gonna say Saban's Masked Rider, because then I discovered Masked Rider, and I always loved the suits. So then when I knew about Sentai being made from obviously this show called Super Sentai. I was like, what was this made out of? And
I have a perfect example.
What?
The Power Rangers Turbo versus Beetleborgs comic introduced me to Beetleborgs.
You had that comic?
Yeah, I still do. I also have 2 other issues of the Saban Power Hour magazine,
Oh god, what? Oh god, what?
which
I
has
think I-
Samurai Pizza Cats, Masked Rider, and Beetleborgs comics in it.
that Beetleborgs Turbo comic. That's not in any of those like. Is that in any of those like modern like boom?
Oh.
No, because
Yeah.
I couldn't get the rights to it.
Hey, do you guys remember the weird Fox Kids magazines that used to come out?
Oh yeah, I have a ton of those. I keep finding them.
Yeah.
You find them when they keep
I'm trying
popping
to
out?
find my.
Well, because I like
trying to
go through my stuff and I'm like, oh hey, here's another Fox Kids magazine.
I'm trying to find my issues of them that were promoting more of the Digimon card game that never got fully released in North America, which had most of like the season 2 Armored Digivolving Eggs expansion.
Are we talking about because they did bring over the Japanese Digimon card game that was horribly butchered?
No. I'm talking about they didn't run through the full expansion list, if you remember.
Yeah, they only had like 1 expansion in the US, and that's it. And then
They had like 2 or 3, and then they stopped. They had like 2 of them, if I recall. Because I had 2 different card pack colors. Like one was a blue one and one was an orange one.
yeah, they released 2 sets. I remember, at least where I learned.
And I think there might have been a green one, so that means that could have been
The
green.
Digimon card game, that thing that
That was great, but totally mistranslated in America.
Yeah, no, the thing that was great, but they neutered the majority of the game. They brought it over.
And then they tried to. Didn't Bandai America try to make their own Digimon card game with Frontier? Was it?
They tried to do it during season 3, and then they tried to do it again and again. And I stupidly bought them all. And I want to go kill myself.
And supposedly weren't
It's
they
okay, I bought all the
one-
Power Ranger card games. Starting with Dino Thunder.
Tried to
There's a
do it
difference, though. There was more. There was more Digimon than there was.
Well, wait, hold on. How many Digimon card games were there?
There was.
Like,
Okay,
4
there
or
was.
5 expansions.
No, I mean separate
There's
games.
what the original Japanese game.
There's the there's the original Japanese version that got brought over to the West. Then there was the one for Tamers. Then there was the one for Frontier. Then Fusions have.
Then there was no. Okay, this is what happened. There was the one that was the CG card that came out. Yeah, like late Tamers, early season 4. Then there was season 4. Then there was the other one that came out. So there was like 4 around the last, like right before Sabers premiered. So yeah, I had like at least the 4 American expansions.
And then Fusions had a card game that only lasted like 1 set.
So how many is that?
4 different iterations.
Alright, for Power Rangers we had the Dino Thunder card game.
Oh god, I remember that one.
Then we had the Power Rangers card game that used the Ranger Strike assets.
Yeah.
And then we had the action card game.
Then the TG, yeah, the Megaforce TGC.
ACG, which lasted what, 3 sets?
4
No,
sets.
no,
They lasted for 3 sets, but it was just the one game.
No, it was
other
four.
game
It was
that-
4 sets. It was 4 expansion
well,
sets.
Yeah,
I
but there was
gonna
no-
say,
but there was no
wasn't
after.
the 4th set like
Stupid hard to get.
distributed?
The 4th set was stupid hard to find.
That's what I said. It was like barely distributed.
Yeah, I had to
Okay.
buy like 2 cases off on the internet, and I still didn't get all the cards because there was a lot of cards in that.
Okay, so there was the first. There was Rise of the Heroes, which was the first set. Then Guardians of Justice. Then Universal Hope.
Yeah.
That's one. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, 3 sets. The 4th set got canceled, right?
For action card game, no, it came out. It was just only online because stores stopped carrying the cards by then.
What was the 4th set called?
I don't remember, but it had the Psycho Ranger cards, which were a bitch. And they also had like Sentai cards in them.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was like, oh my god, this
What?
one has like freaking Momo Ranger on it and shit.
Yeah, no. But then there was nothing after it, right? So
They
Power
were
Rangers
playing-
only had 3, right?
They only had the 3,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I'm trying to remember there was another one.
Stores, and the 4th one was like online only.
Yeah, so does that mean Digimon had more than Power Rangers?
I'm trying to, because I feel like Power Rangers had another card game, but
Okay. So
they had the collector.
there was the trading cards in the
but
90s.
Those weren't playable.
Those weren't games, no.
I'm gonna check right now. So here's all the series for the action card game. There was series
Just go
one,
to Green
Heroes.
Ranger's card catalog.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so for the action card game, there was five sets. There was Horizon of Heroes, Guardians of Justice, Universal Hope, Legends Unite, Keeper of Peace.
Oh, there was 5?
Oh no, 5. The 5th one was the cancel one.
Oh yeah, that's the canceled one. Okay, yeah.
The 5th one was the one that was going to be Teen from Super Mega. The 5th one is the one that the 5th one is the one that we're going to have for Super Mega Force before they just canceled the card game because they were not using the cards anymore.
Yeah.
And they're all done. Like I'm looking at GreenRanger.com. They all have all art. Well, I'm not all art from Daiso, but like they have like the texts and powers and abilities and stuff like that.
Guys, I can't get this stupid Victory Gundam to get up higher than just in the water.
Legends Unite was the last set. Legends Unite came out, but yeah, it was on my. Okay, let me go check.
Now we have to look at the Digimon. So we know there was 4 iterations of the game, and they each had like a shit ton of expansions.
Okay.
Because the CGI one went through at least 3 or 4 expansions. The Frontier one went through at least 2 expansions. Then there was the final version of the card game in America, and it went through like a lot of expansions. Because somehow that one was competitively played for like about 2 years, which I don't understand how.
It's like, how? What?
So yeah, looking at Granger.com. Okay, so we had the Dial Thunder card game, then the Power Rangers collectible card game, which I'm assuming just came out during Jungle Fury.
That was the one with the Ranger Strike art.
No, but there is a Ranger Strike. Did Ranger Strike? No, Sentai only.
Yeah, Ranger Strike was Sentai and Rider, and that was only in Japan. They used the artwork for it for the collectible card game.
Yeah, so yeah, but to the Power Rangers only. Yeah, there was Dial Thunder collectible card game, then action card game, and that's it.
Yeah.
In terms of like card games, or like top upper deck like photo cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, trading cards are different.
I can't even remember the collectible card game.
It barely made it out to stores. I don't have that many of them.
Yeah, this came out during.
Card game?
This one came out during Jungle Fury, by the looks of it.
Yeah, is that Jungle Fury RPM time frame when no one wanted Power Rangers toys on their shelves? Because Disney was too busy imploding and rebuilding their company during the time they had Power Rangers.
The artwork they have in these guys are actually really nice.
Yeah, Ranger Strike stuff was nice.
I actually like it more than like some of the Daiso art.
Yeah, it was much better, but Daiso was cheaper to make, so that's why they've done more. More people. Yeah, Uso in this game just keeps saying more people are dying, which just pretty much sums up his character.
I mean, he's not wrong.
So let's see. We just want to know all the Digimon card games.
Yeah, because there was like 4 of them in America.
Okay, so you want America only. So there was the Digi Battle card game, Digimon Detector card game, Digimon Collectible card game, then the Digimon Fusion Collectible card game.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Digi Battle was the import of the Japanese card game. Then Detector card game was the one they made with the CG renders. Then there was the collectible card game, which was the one. No, I think collectible card game came first in Detector. I forget the order exactly.
It was Detector. I think it was Detector first, because
whichever one had the one with the Detector playable. That was weird. It was because it was a collectible game, but you could also play it. It had like attacks and shit. It was...
I think with the Detector card game, you could use it with the actual
yeah, because it came with cards, and you could scan them. Instead of scanning barcodes, it scanned the cards somehow.
Yeah, so those were so only 4 in the U.S. For
Yeah, there were like
developers.
4. Yeah, so I had one more, and then each of the card games had like separate expansions. Because I think the
Guys,
last one was
I'm getting totally destroyed by the Zungscar
This
Empire.
game, this spreads of these games. This game's weird. What's this?
It's Schrodinger's sprites, simultaneously amazing and awful. Like,
What's this? Is this Famicom? Super Famicom?
I'm guessing so because it's Victory, which was 91. I did.
Let's see. In the chat, have any of us seen Doctor Who?
we don't really care except Metal.
Or some Metal has.
Nope, because
Well, you say it.
Shut up, Metal.
God.
What?
I tried to warn you guys. He was gonna say it.
I don't know. I'll just say too woke for me.
Well, anyways, back on track. The answer is no. None of us know Doctor Who. If you
I know. I see a couple episodes, but that's it. Yeah. I'm looking. Yeah, I remember this the card game. Was it even good or no?
I gotta say, I just love though how Metal had to kill that conversation by going to the one thing that he hates about the franchise.
It's not the fact she's a woman. It's the fact that the episodes with her in them have been mostly shit.
That's not her. Remind her about what about the newest season of Doctor Who? That's the problem. It's just a lot of her episodes not good. Man, I'm looking at the Thunder card game. I love how most of these cards are your stock photos from the show or the original artwork they have for the original artwork they made for the toy line and not the toy line, but just the general marketing artwork.
yeah, it's really generic art. I just found my binder of them today, and I was like,
Was the card game even good, or was it not? Or was it?
I actually don't think I ever played it. I only ever had booster packs. I don't even had a starter deck.
Have you guys ever played the old Dragon Ball card game? Like, not the new Super card game, which actually is pretty good, but
Played the
old
GT
one.
version.
Okay, the GT version is more broken than the original Dragon Ball Z version, and then when Panini or whatever brought it back, they fixed a lot of the problems with the card game. I only bought the cards to collect them, because what I did was I traded off all the attack cards and kept most of the character stat cards that were your life, your life point meter kind of thing.
I played I actually, for whatever reason, I played a hell of a lot of the Naruto card game.
Was that even good? Because I remember
It was bad, but I kept playing it.
I just remember Mattel always packing the Mattel toy line always packing those in.
There was also a One Piece game, which was essentially the same mechanics.
Wait, did you buy out the One Piece game? Really?
There was a Shaman King card game, supposedly. The only card I ever got was a promotional one I got free for entering a contest.
Hey, you're playing, what game you playing now, Son?
Gundam vs. Gundam Next Plus.
I think that's the game I played in round 1 when I went there a couple months ago.
Oh, yeah. This is the PSP one, so it doesn't run as well. Because this is one of the older versus games, so...
Yeah, that one was 2010.
I miss round 1. That's where I want to be right now.
But yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah, I forgot what we were just talking about.
Card games, Dragon Ball card game.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball. Sorry, yeah. No, like that card game. Like I said, I only saw collectability in it due to the stat cards mostly.
Let's talk about the card game I played the most of.
Which is
Yu-Gi-Oh. I played more Yu-Gi-Oh in my life than any other trading card game.
So, what do you guys think of Yu-Gi-Oh 7 and the new Rush School game?
It's garbage. I don't like it.
I've gone beyond the point of caring anymore. It's like Digimon. I'm like, I just don't care anymore.
I'll say this, that even though I don't like the direction of Adventure Cone's going, but I'll say it's a better show in terms of not making me a headache watching the episodes.
I just don't even care to watch it. I'm just like, whatever.
I checked 7's first episode out and it gave me a migraine because it's so annoying. It's trying so...
Yeah, well, they completely changed the
It's no longer
Anime-
it's no longer Studio Gallop. It's a new animation company.
Oh, because
It's no longer Studio Gallop because I guess V-Rays flopped that hard.
I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if it was because of that or because it was just too. Like I've heard a few things on why it is like it is.
But like watching that first episode just gave me a migraine. Like seriously, like
I've watched the first 2 episodes so far.
it's like trying so hard.
Well, the show itself is definitely different.
It's like it tries so hard to get to that yokai watch crowd that Pokemon Sun and Moon did.
Yeah,
And it failed.
That it's definitely had Vanguard.
Yeah, I think and I say this unironically, I promise. I really did watch Yu-Gi-Oh for the story and characters more so than the card game. And
No,
so
for
when
me,
like the
for
story and
me,
characters started falling apart in shows is when I stopped caring.
For me, that's how I watch it. It's like me with Sentai and Rider and stuff like that, where I don't watch it for the toys, I watch it for the show. And for Yu-Gi-Oh, I didn't play the card games, I just watched it for the show.
Yeah, and the thing is too is that like that's why 5Ds is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh show because it did sort of backseat the card game because they had a lot of stuff going on in its world, and I enjoyed that.
There was a point where I literally stopped watching the anime, and it was just only about the card game.
Which when was that? Which series was that for you?
Oh, my favorite one, 5Ds. I literally stopped watching the anime because the dub was just shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't about the dub was shit. They edited the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like,
It became so choppy because of how many edits they had to make.
because he's like the voice acting and voice cast was fine.
That's the thing. The VAs are fine. It's just because they
just how 4Kids butchered that show.
was censoring too much. Yeah.
4Kids always censored too much.
But like with 5Ds, it was the worst because since 5Ds was going in a much darker direction, 4Kids changed so much of it. What was it when so like you guys have a whole Zexo controversy, like a Zexo 4K versus Studio Gallop thing, like where what was it? Studio Gallop.
Okay, it was that Studio Gallop and TV Tokyo
Commission
it by themselves when the rights were up in the air, when 4Kids was closed down. And so they commissioned their own dub, and they apparently did at least like 26 episodes with Johnny and Bosch as Yuma. But then 4K Media, which is the forums 4K, won the rights back in a court battle, and so that dub was completely trashed, and they did their own.
Well, I heard like it was 4Kids. Yeah, 4Kids. Yeah. So you got commissioned the Bang Zoom dub, but 4Kids like no, we commissioned Zexo dub first, and like they got into a giant lawsuit battle, and I forget like I think even the 4Kids did end up dubbing the show. They still lost a lot of money apparently, and that's why they are now defunct. And Konami had to finish bought them out, and now they're 4K Media.
For Konami's media.
They apparently Konami planned to use that studio more for their other show because there was like rumors of a Bomberman show they want to do that with them, but there's just we haven't heard nothing about that ever since. Was there a Gundam card game in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah.
Was it for Wing?
No.
Was it like an import or was it an import or was it original?
It was this thing that I collected. You might know of it. It's called Superior Defender Gundam Force.
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
The heck?
There was a card game for it. Yeah,
because I remember like there was Upper Deck. Upper Deck did trading cards for Wing, like straight trading cards. They were cool because they were clear file cards.
Let's see, Gundam Force card game. Oh yeah, I remember this. Now I remember. I'm looking at Google. Yeah, I remember this card game.
There
I
was
think I
at
had
least-
most, or if all, the cards at one point.
Yeah, and there was at least 2 sets. Because remember Wheels, I found a bunch of those at a Toys R Us years ago, and I got some and opened them. Along with the Knights of the Zodiac card game.
There was a nice Zodiac card game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was.
Bandai made sure to make card games for every anime property.
Right there. This is falling crush.
What are some of Konami's biggest blunders? Everything past 2010. I think the smart decision they have made as of recent years is just licensing out the Castlevania license for the Netflix show.
That was like the only good thing they've done recently.
Then Super Power Minor. That's the only two I can think of.
That's true. You know what? You know what was a good decision?
What?
Hasbro making 6-inch G.I. Joe figures.
Are those at retail? Are those coming out at retail slowly? Because I've been seeing packaging.
That's the typical overseas eBay listings.
Oh, okay. Because I've been seeing like a in-hand package of those on Twitter. Was there any G.I. Joe card games out? Okay, may I ask?
I have G.I. Joe Uno, but other than that, I don't know of a G.I. Joe card game.
Let me look that up.
But also, give Wizards of the Coast like 6 months to get tired of Transformers, and then...
Yes, there was. There was a G.I. Joe trading card game.
What was it based on?
Looks evergreen. This came out 2004.
Oh yeah, that was in the Spy Troops Valor versus Venom days.
That was 2004. It was made by Wizard of the Coast.
Makes sense.
The artwork I'm looking at for this card game looks very Dreamwave Transformers to me. I'm scared.
Yeah, Dreamwave was doing G.I. Joe comics at the time, so...
Shining Finger!
I'm gonna lose this round. Oh hey, I won this round. So guys,
So is this gonna be a sneak peek to the Maxi Boost stream next week?
essentially speaking, yes. Extreme Versus. For anyone that played Gundam Versus 2017, Extreme Versus is nothing like that.
Which we would stream, but can't because music.
I'm really hoping I can stream Extreme Versus. Hoping they don't screw us for a third time.
Does Extreme Versus have even have anime music? At least for the arcade version, I guess.
There's a premium sound edition in Japan, but that's what I'm hoping is that we still have that, and they just sell that as an anime music pack.
Fighters you can play. You can see like Fighters. I think Xenoverse 2. You can play those with play those fine. Just don't turn on the anime music.
Yep.
I wonder if any Gundam collector has the Char GameCube bundle.
I've never seen physical pictures of that.
I see. Yeah, I keep seeing like the same photo of it, but I've never seen anybody have that Char GameCube.
It's one of those things that you know exists, but you've never actually seen one yourself.
It's like one of those. I know it exists. It's like democracy. I know it exists. I just don't see it anywhere.
It's like the Resident Evil Chainsaw controller. I noticed this. Like I never seen a physical copy of
Or
it.
what was it? The Onimusha katana.
That was really that too. That was Japanese exclusive, like first party.
Oh yeah, it was Japanese exclusive. But,
It's like how like you try to look up online YouTube, you can barely find any Digimon reviews on certain toys.
yeah, because they weren't brought over. Or in some cases, the line bombed and they only came out like in Korea or something.
Ah, one of the best songs ever.
Right?
Okudachi you mean Our Whereabouts?
Like, this is my favorite song from, I think, See Destiny.
Praise the 6 people that have been watching these streams since 11 p.m.
I know, this is technically what, our 5th stream, because every time because the PlayStation would not let me continue streaming while switching games.
This is probably the most people, I think it's the most consistent your streams have been for like viewers.
I really appreciate everyone that's watching, because I'm enjoying this, and I'm glad that other people are too, because, yeah, I know everything's been weird tonight, because I was like, oh, stream Guilty Gear beta. Just kidding, I'll play Mortal Kombat, I guess.
Guilty Gear beta, what's that? It's not working? Never mind then.
I just didn't want to deal with, like, just sitting there on stream doing nothing and watching, like, it just say, disconnected. I was like, no.
Disconnected.
Guys, do you know the name of Lala Soon's mobile suit? According to all marketing, it's the Lala Soon mobile suit. I'm not even kidding. Like, most of the official materials and any models and figures of it, always just listed as Lala Soon's mobile suit.
Oh, the Elemeth or whatever?
It's the Elemeth, yeah, but everything, every official marketing thing listed as Lala Soon's mobile armor.
Is that trademark thing? I wonder.
I don't know. It's like when we have to call him Autobot Ratchet.
No, it's the way like the form's called Super Saiyan Blue, but every other marketing has to call it Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Yes. I mean, that's his technical name. It's just they. Char is being an asshole. Stop attacking me out of nowhere, Char. Bitch, get out of here. Yeah, take that, Char. Get the hell out of here. Oh, I died. Well, now that the stream's gone silent,
Yeah.
Quick, Seth, bring up a topic we can discuss.
Alright. Why is this the best Seed Destiny song?
Good sir, that is not Reason by Naomi Tamaki.
Sorry, it's not called the Ultraman Z final ending version. Oh, I hate myself.
Well, like again, it's all an opinion. Like, I like Our Whereabouts too. I also like Pride by Adam Color. I like Reason by Tamaki. Yeah. The only one I don't like is Chemistry's Wait to Open, which was the final opening of the original run.
I like their B-side track from that single, which is Change the World.
I mean, isn't that the best part of Seed? Just the soundtrack and that's it.
And Mobile Suit.
I mean, apparently Toei was like, "Oh, this is great. We gotta get Takanori Nishikawa," and then Tsuburaya's like, "Well, what if we got Nami Tamaki?"
The weird with when they announced
Well,
What's the
hey,
band?
she never got a voicing cameo though. So.
Yeah, we want to think. What's the band's name for what's the seed songs again?
Team Revolution?
Team. When I think of them, I think the first song I think from them is Avengers Discourse opening.
Oh, yeah.
First, I think that first before they Gundam.
Guys, I think we're underplaying the fact that Masaki Endo is doing the theme song to Zet.
Z, Ultimate Z. I'm so excited at that. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing.
Even my mom was like, oh, what?
Like, as soon as I saw Masaki Endo get the Ultimate Z, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be good. Yes, thank you.
And Masaki Endo says, I'm gonna blow out Ichiro Mikuzuki. And I was like, how effing dare you? He's like, yeah, you remember that Orb song he did? Yeah, I'm gonna beat that. And I'm like, I want to see you try, Masaki Endo.
You see, like, you know, like, this is why Sentai and Rider can never beat Ultra or Garo, because they have jam projects and legendary singers like that.
Yeah, Rider and
So
Sentai will
Ichiro
never be greater than
Michizuki
Garo and
actually
Ultraman
did
until they
do
get an Endo
Sentai.
song.
I
We have to
mean,
have an Endo song.
Guys, Ichiro Mikuzuki, who's a former member of Jam Project, did do songs for...
Well, he was Tatagame Ryo and the scientist that made Tatagame Ryo.
It's almost like he was a scientist in this show called Spieldom.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get back, like, singers, like, from the, like, can we get the singer of the Gao Ranger opening again for Sentai?
Yukio Yamagata?
Like,
So we already got him.
I miss Sentai openings like that. I'm tired of every Sentai opening sounding like a weird peppy happy song.
Just
Oh
the modern style.
oh god, how retro we're going now, Sam.
Famicom?
Are we playing Convoy no Nozzle? The soundtrack sounds like Convoy no Nozzle.
It's from the Aqua Star Love, but in chiptune, so.
Well, hey, you know, if all
This
else
is
fails,
Zeta Gundam Hot Scramble, the first Gundam game.
God,
First Gundam
This
video
looks
game.
like the text scrolls remind me of Convoy no Nozzle. Oh my
the
god.
mystery of Convoy.
We can
Oh
play
my
that
God.
too if you guys want.
Oh my god, what am I looking at? What is this game?
Well, we're
What's
currently
this
in the Zeta's
Convoy?
Wave
I
Rider
know.
mode, and you're shooting at Hyzax.
What's that one Sega game with you in the jetpack? What was that called?
Fantasy Zone.
Not Fantasy Zone. Was it Fantasy Zone?
It was
The
Fantasy
one-
It
Zone.
was. Yes, it was.
It's just like Fantasy Zone.
Actually, the scrolling
Oh,
distance
no,
is not
Space
bad.
Harrier. Sorry.
Space
yeah.
Area, yeah, Space Area.
Well, I got confused because they take place in the same like continuity.
So is this one of the first person shooters? Question mark.
Oh no, here's the thing. You're about to see, Ryan. That's not this whole game.
Man, this new Doom game looks a lot different than I expected it to be.
Everybody, we're playing Doom Eternal. Me. What about Zeta Hot Scramble though?
Now we're in Convoy no Nazo.
Except it has better controls.
Where are we? Are we in like bases? Where are we?
We're in a
Where's
colony.
Wait, we're in the colony? What is the
And
colony?
there's
look
power
like?
cores, so I'm convinced we're blowing up
Wait,
colonies.
Is it colony? When did the colony look like a Pac-Man maze?
The colony sprite at the flying section was not bad though.
Ah, we're playing Mother Brain now, you see?
And every time you shoot it, it shoots you. I once got to stage 6 in this. There's 35 stages. They play all exactly the same.
35.
They're not any different. Literally every stage is exactly the same. You do a flying section.
It's just, I think they just get slightly more difficult each time. I
Yep.
think.
Does it even have an ending? Question mark.
I don't know. I've never gotten to 35.
I don't think it does. I think
Is there passwords? Is there passwords in this game?
Nope.
No.
There's no
so
cheats.
it's arcade. Yeah, it's arcade style. Just get as far as you can, basically.
You have an Infinite War emulator on this sound.
Actually, I think I do.
Can we play Superman 64?
I've never felt like it was worth the download space of the 2 megabytes. Actually, it's not really worth dodging all the ads on the ROM site I had to find it on. That's the real answer.
You could always try the much better prototype.
That's true.
We can play Batman Dark Tomorrow.
Yes,
Brian, we're living in Dark Tomorrow. We don't want to play that.
Yes, let's fail to find that one secret room and then watch Khazagul, claim ultimate victory.
We can play the Batman Robin game.
Actually, we can.
You had that game?
Oh wait, no, I have the animated series one that's better.
What about Batman? What about Batman Forever?
You mean the Mortal Kombat?
We're gonna play Mazin Saga Mutant Fighter instead.
I was actually gonna say the good arcade version, but yeah, there's the Mortal Kombat one too.
Can you screen share on Skype while streaming still?
I think that would fry my computer.
Yeah, probably.
It probably would, yeah.
We're gonna play Mazin Saga Mutant Fighter, which was released on the Genesis, and even though Mazinger really hadn't come over to America,
No, Grand Sword Z then.
It's not even Transor Z. It's literally it's Mazin Saga instead of Mazinger Z.
So we Transor Saga then.
Sure. This game's interesting because it's a beat 'em up with a Mazinger, even though it looks human size.
What was that? Wait, what's that one? Wait, what? Wait, you're human size this game?
What was that?
You're human size?
Yep.
Why does this look like why does this look like the third Ninja Turtles NES game?
Because it is. I mean, it's made by Sega, but it still basically is. Also, Super Move uses your life. Your Super Move meter and your life meter are the same.
Also, it's like
That's 0.
I was gonna say it's sort of like beat 'em up kind of style, or your specials used up your health.
Oh wait, which Mazinger mech are you playing in this game?
No freaking clue.
So I guess Mazinger is like Ultraman T-Guard Dino, but they're going to shrink to human size. Also, you're fighting an army of Doom guys. This is 16-bit.
Yep.
Bigger boot!
I'm gonna play this until I die, and then I'm gonna, switch games.
That's slashing animation. It's like,
It would be me with a sword, though. Let's be honest.
I hear Pit's side B from Brawl when I see that tech.
Yep. So, anyways, that's that game. Because I don't really want to play that anymore. That thing.
What power games do you have? Do you have all of them?
Not all of them, just some of them.
Buy the Dialed Under GBA game if you have it.
I don't have the GBA one.
Do you have any of the GBA Power games?
No, actually I don't. I have the Gundam Seed Battle Assault in SD Gundam Force. Let's see, wait, hold on, let's see what's in the GBA folder. I've got F-Zero Climax, Gundam Seed, Battle Assault, SD Gundam Force, 3 Sonic Advances, and Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters!
Oh, you mean the game with dice rolling that isn't random?
Yup.
The game that Konami tried to bring over to us and flop massively.
The sad part is that was probably the most successful of their spin-off attempts.
Did Captain Monster have it?
It happened. I just never could find it in stores because apparently it was only in KB Toys and mine had died by then.
I was gonna say, yeah, Capsule Monsters they tried, died horribly. There was Destiny Board Traveler, which was shit.
Oh god, you're playing Conflict of Nazo?
Oh yeah. You made a joke to it, so I was like, well, now I just have to play it.
You have the Headmaster's game.
I can't find a ROM of it that functions.
Do you have any of the Beast Wars PS1? Do you have the Beast Wars PS1 games?
I have a physical disc of that. Don't even at me.
Okay, which one? Transmetals or the original? The
Original.
One? Oh god. You know, the soundtrack of the game is actually not that bad. Just the problem is there's only like 3 songs.
Yeah, they're the opening, the ending, and the insert song for Transformers 2010.
There's the song you play through the stage. There's the boss theme, and then there's the beginning jingle.
Pretty much.
Because
Because that's the ending theme to Transformers 2010. The menu theme is the opening theme.
So why does Ultra Magnus have a white chest? You know he has a blue. You know it's supposed to be blue.
Because obviously they didn't even care.
I love how Rodimus, when you unlock him, is just a palette swap.
It's just like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 pulls the same crap where it's like, you know, go through all the bullshit to get Infinity Gauntlet Thanos, and what's the reward? You get to play the game again with a slightly different character.
Like, they gotta add free costumes for that game, because the only costumes you get during the launch was just like pretty meh palette swaps.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3's difficulty is basically built for 4 highly skilled, competent players. And if you're playing single player, it's like a nightmare to get through anything.
Obviously more fun than the Avengers game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, I made it through stage 1. Let's fight the boss.
What's the first boss again?
The Death Star, but with an Illuminati eye. Oh, I died.
Oh, what was the little mini-con that Armada Unicron came with?
Kranix?
I think in the original Armada it was called Dead End.
Yeah.
And then when it was reissued later, they renamed it. Like Kranix.
I don't know how to fight this thing. I thought you were supposed to shoot in the eye, but it's not working.
I think he's supposed to shoot that.
Yeah, you're supposed to shoot the basically whatever's glowing.
It wasn't registering at all.
Oh, so it glitched out on you.
Of course it would. Let's play a good game.
So that new third-party Unicron figure that came out recently, it doesn't come with his head, right? From what I understand.
I don't know. I wasn't following it.
From what I'm seeing, no. If you got that third-party Unicron, it doesn't come with a head.
That's...
So apparently Unicron's head's more copyrighted than other designs.
Well, that's something. Alright guys, let's play my first Sonic game again.
Play the Zero Ranger game. Play the Zero Ranger game.
No, I said I need to play a good game. I play too many shitty ones. ROM hack.
Are you playing Sonic 3 Complete?
Yep. Let's start fresh.
Also, there's a real reason why the head can't be released with it, because they previously released it once with the head, but to avoid getting sued this time, they're releasing it without the head.
So, is there a way to even get that third-party figure's head?
Yeah, not that I know on this wave. No. The original version that they released in a limited amount, you could though.
Okay, so I was going to release the head.
It's one of those ones where essentially it was the same figure, but they slightly tweaked it a bit, and. Yeah.
Every time I fall for that.
I like Sonic 3 Complete. I've been playing a lot of Sonic 3 Air recently, though.
This was Sonic 3 was the first Sonic game I ever played, so I know
we didn't play those crazy Sonic ROM hacks. Like we didn't play Sonic.
There are some pretty batshit insane.
We didn't play the one where everyone's hummus.
That's the one that Wheels would like most.
Nah.
Also, my dumb ass thought I could beat this thing the first time like that.
What version did you run on? The PC version, right?
Yep. I had the PC version, which came with Knuckles, too. It was Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but not together. They're still separate games.
Yeah, they're separate. Can you lock them on to each other on the PC version?
I don't know, actually. I haven't played it since Windows 95 died. But...
there is some kind of like an option to do that, so you can play the lock-on games.
How did you get hit by the first boss before it It came down.
Because that's how this game works. I tried to beat that thing early. I was like, oh, I don't have to fight it later if I beat it now, right? I literally thought that as a kid. And I mean, at least it was, like, logically sound. So, guys, favorite Sonic game, go.
Sonic Colors or Sonic. I'm trying to think. Sonic Colors, Sonic Black Knight will always have a special place in my heart. Even though it's not that great of a game technically. And Sonic Rush.
I love Mania. And I know I don't like to do this normally, where I don't say, like, the first is your favorite, but Sonic 3 is still my favorite.
No, Sonic 3. No, Sonic 3 is a good game. I mean, technically, my first Sonic game was Mega Collection Plus.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
So I had everything except for CD and Gem and R and Sonic the Fighters.
I've come to appreciate Sonic Adventure via the PS3 HD version compared to playing the GameCube version. I didn't like it that much on GameCube, but playing it on PS3 has been a blast.
Be more for Sonic Adventure 2, PlayStation 3. That whole entire HD port. It's very buggy compared to because for some of Sonic Adventure 2, every time it gets.
I feel like Sonic Adventure 2 is badly programmed. Like it was misprogrammed, and it'll never be able to be fixed without reprogramming the entire game.
Yeah, here's the thing. For some reason, every time they port Sonic Adventure 2, the game keeps getting buggier for some reason.
It was already buggy to begin with.
Yeah, for some reason, somehow something went horribly wrong when every time they port that game, and each port getting worse and worse.
Or them damn blue balls.
I always like how
Blue balls.
Originally the screen did say "get blue balls."
I always like how Sonic's walk animation in this is just a jaunty old walk, like doo 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 doo. I love in the movie post-credit scene they did this but with the truck him and Tom were driving.
Oh yeah, that was excellent.
But it was not the best one they could have done. With, Knuckles appearing in Uganda asking, "Do you know the way?"
That meme is dead. That meme is dead
But do you know the way?
That meme is dead for a couple of years.
Guys, I think I just got like did I get 1 or 2 extra lives from that? You will see in a minute.
I think you should get 2 extra life. You collect all the rings in the special stage.
I think so.
I wanted to remake. I wanted to do another game like Sonic Battle again.
Oh yeah. I want another Sonic the Fighters. I really want another Sonic the
But that means
Fighters.
I need to make another Virtual Fighter game.
Yes. Virtual Fighter guest starring Sonic.
He's the guest character. No, Sonic Man.
It'd be like James MacLeod in F-Zero. It's really awkward.
I always say if they're gonna make a new Virtual Fighter game, Sega's Sun Trio better be like a secret character in that game.
Damn straight he better.
He'll probably be a guest character for DLC
No,
because
No, it'll be that new guy.
His son.
his son will be base roster and he'll be guest roster for DLC.
Exactly. No. He'll be in a summonable assist attack.
Yes, almost. Yeah, like Duck Hunt Dog.
Like Android 17 and 18.
Yeah. Duo.
Why did the game get super freaking laggy just there?
You can't handle the special stages. I guess. Or bonus
Sonic 3
stages.
complete, except for special stages. Yeah, the game's oh god, input lag. Oh god, input lag.
It's starting. Oh no. You have more impact lag here than Tribe when you played that one match.
It's true. That match went well for me though.
You had the first Guilty Gear game on your emulator.
No, because there's an official release of it, and I have like policy. If it's like legally available in the modern day on current platforms, then I don't emulate it.
Wait, it's Guilty Gear like.
They're releasing it on Switch soon.
It's not even on Steam. I'm gonna check. Yeah, well, yeah, the first Guilty Gear is on Steam.
Yep.
Why is Relevator still $30 on Steam? That should be
Because
like
Arc
priced
Sys
out.
Curse. Tails always gets hit during this section.
It's just curse.
Tails, fly!
I don't know, son. I don't know. I don't know, son. But remember, if anybody touches you in a place or in a way that you don't feel comfortable, that's no damn good. I wonder what happened to Sonic. It's your body. No one has a right to touch it in a place or a way that doesn't make you feel comfortable.
Appreciate the
First,
PSA
you're
medal.
telling adults.
Yesterday we were like, let's talk about charity. Today we're gonna do PSAs about life stuff.
Quick sound. Do you remember any Masters of the Universe or G.I. Joe PSAs you can recite?
Yes, there was one about using reflectors when you're riding your bike at night.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're listening to the Sonic OVA soundtrack and it's just like riding my bike on a Sunday, you got to make sure to have reflectors.
My bike. These things that look alike.
Did Sergeant Slaughter do any of those PSAs?
One of the best PSAs of all time is about pork chop sandwiches.
Oh, is that one again?
That one was fake.
What about body massage? Body massage?
Body massage.
Oh, my favorite one is the one where is that the same one where the guy wraps him up the blanket and just he's like strangling the
Yes.
kid?
Yes, because that was the fire prevention one.
That's
Or
like
what
one
was
of
the
the
one with gay shipwreck?
I love for like Sateria.
Tails,
I know it's
help!
always the
I love for
Tails, do
Sateria.
something!
No, Sonic, I don't know what to do.
I love for Sateria, the 80s cartoons Centurions. I forget how the
Centurions.
Yeah, they had the villains in the PSAs for some episodes.
Oh yeah, that was friggin' weird.
I kind of makes me wish I Joe did that with Cobra.
Remember, the power is yours.
There is an episode of the Deke series where Cobra starts at kindergarten.
Really?
It's essentially
God, speaking of, remember, Wheels, when I have to tell you about the episode of Captain Planet with Hitler?
Yes, Hitler's stare was so evil that poisoned Captain Planet.
And I said, yeah.
Guys, my next episode of Jack I have to watch.
Remember
The
that
villain
time
is
when I
Fur
thought Tiger
Crocodile.
King was like, remember when I thought Tiger King was
Tiger King was a satire.
was a satirical like docudrama series, and you're like, Wheels, this is actually what happened down in like what state was it again? Oklahoma or something?
Oklahoma.
You're like, Wheels, no, this actually happened. I'm like, no, this is like too.
It's a mockumentary.
fucking-
You thought it was a mockumentary. I thought the same thing.
Yeah, because like everyone was saying, like everyone was like, man, this show's great. And, like they were treating it like it was a real work of fiction. Going, man, you really wonder. The writers of this were really good, and people were talking like the cinematography and stuff about. Someone had to really like think. Let me have this white trash person sitting outside in white trash. Like literally, like the person sitting doing his confessional in trash, and they're like, let me do this. And so like I thought it was obviously satirical. I was like, this is too fake. Why would you get a guy dressed up looking like white trash in the trash? Like, you would think, take a shower. Like, it had to be fake. No, whoever did this was like, no, let's have them in their natural habitat as white trash. No, people will realize it's a true story, right? No, that was the problem.
Now, maybe you should rename this video after we're done streaming. Maybe you should just replay this video because Soundout streams random games.
Soundout does games and people talk about Tiger King or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, like, because, like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I had to go to Metal. Metal's like, no, that was
Oh
real.
god, the frame rate!
And then didn't Project show up and was like, no, Wheels, it's real. And I was like, no, it's fake. And they were like, you guys were like, no, it's real. And then you had to show me, and I was like, oh god, it's real.
Like, I don't even watch it because I don't care, but Like, why would we watch Tiger King when there's so much tokusatsu available?
Oh no, this is the thing. I didn't watch it. I was seeing clips, and I was like, man, this is really funny.
I'm about to die because the frame rate.
I was like, I guess I gotta actually check out why people are talking about it. And then I was like, no, this is based on real facts. I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
You have the Tiger Bunny PSP game here, Sound?
I do not do visual novels.
No, there's one. No, there was like a party action.
Oh, that was a PS2 game.
No, that was PSP. I played it. I did play it once.
Okay, maybe it was cross-platform. I don't know if I cared enough, but I don't have it. But if you can find it, then that'd be great, because I would play that.
Soundout, you have to get blue balls.
Get my blue balls.
Alright, here we go find the ROM for that Tiger.
Like, you literally, if you
gotta
find
get
it, unzip it, and drop it, throw it in Dropbox, I will literally play it right now. As long as it functions.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Tiger Bunny on Air Jack.
Oh god, yeah.
That doesn't sound too good, but sounds like something Dark Side Phil would do.
But what about something Dark Side?
On Air Jack. Oh, you know, just like our favorite boy, Jackie. Great.
Yeah, where's our parody dub of 01?
Wait for the Malaysian dub where that ever comes out.
So it can be Jerking Break.
Have you guys seen the I think it was Decade Malaysian dub when the Shinkenju episode? Like the voice they give Genta. The Masked Rider.
Oh god. Oh, I don't even want to know anymore. Malaysian dubs hurt my soul, especially since I own 3 of them on Blu-ray.
Which one?
Build Fighters, Build Fighters Try, and Age are all on the official like dub.
What? They as good as the Kabuto Filipino dub?
That dub's actually good though.
Yes. Like it's not.
Isn't the Wizard one not that terrible?
I didn't know there was a Wizard one.
There's Kabuto. The ones I definitely know now. There's a Wizard. There's a Kabuto Decade.
All I know is that's a lot enough.
Forze.
This part of the level always stresses me the hell out. But guys, we know what the best dub of all time is, right?
What?
The Samurai Pizza Cats dub, obviously.
Oh,
yeah.
That dub, didn't they just wing it for every episode?
They didn't have the Japanese scripts, and they didn't have any translators at Saban, so they literally just made it up based on what they were seeing. Like, apparently, like, Tatsunoko did not give them the scripts. And nobody at Saban...
Thanks, Tatsunoko.
Nobody at Saban spoke Japanese to interpret, so they just decided to just do whatever.
They won. I almost said they won it. It doesn't make any sense.
It's pure ad-lib, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of very X-rated takes out there, like outtakes.
Our boy MacLeod.
I'm sure there's a lot of very adult bloopers out there for that show.
Who released that series recently? There wasn't like a recent movie of
Discotheque.
They
did release the Japanese version, but it was in more limited quantities.
Yeah. Yeah, to Ningen and Tiny or something like that, right?
It's streaming on Crunchyroll.
There's still Ninja Cats running a pizza place, but it's more kind of dry.
Well, they're ninja cats as opposed to samurai cats.
Yeah.
Because they are ninjas. They're supposed to be ninjas, but Saban's localization team did not get that memo at all.
It's like it looks like they're wearing armor. It looks like they use katanas, so that equals samurai.
It's like they knew so little about the show they bought that they didn't even know the name apparently.
Really? You didn't even know the name?
Because ninja's in the name. Or maybe that was part of the gag. Maybe the gag was that they named them samurai, but they're actually...
I mean, the armors are more samurai than ninja.
I gotta say though, I love all the names they get.
I just love the theme song.
Because hey man, Vito Anchovy, Speedy, Pizza, all the F's.
I just love the theme song. Samurai tickets.
I love the giant gun and the fact they got away with that. Literal giant gun with bullets and everything.
Or the fact they deliver pizzas through a giant cannon. So.
What was it? What was it? VR Troopers had like a ad-lib drunk on bridge episode or something like that.
That was after they were canceled.
Yeah, they all went up to the ADR booth and just started doing a joke though. Because why the fuck not? It's their last day.
Were they like drunk also, like when they did that?
Well, yeah, it was the rap party.
They're like, fuck it, let's go to the ADR booth and screw around. And then years later, somebody uploaded it to the internet.
Yeah, the answer is we know who it was, because...
Was it Brad Hawkins?
No.
Oh no, it wasn't?
Well,
oh yeah, it was Michael Bacon, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it was JB then, basically.
He probably kind of insinuated that to us when we were talking to him at Morphicon. It's like, I wonder how that got out there.
Did he tell you all the horrible behind-the-scenes things during that?
We learned a lot, especially at the panel.
And all the horrible things Saban Shuki Limited did for Sarah Brown.
Nobody talks about that, and they kind of talk about it like she's overreacting, but I don't know. I stay out of it. That's what I do.
I mean, if she is overreacting, I won't be so surprised if most of that is true, knowing, them, Saban and his staff for people.
Well, hey, Shuki did put a kid in there, so there you go.
And also, Haim Saban is a horrible human being, which we know is a fact.
What I mean. Like,
I think that kind of is a no-duh.
I mean,
yes.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, if that's it, like, if some of the things Sarah Brown said are a little over-exaggerated, I won't be surprised if most of that is true, knowing Haim Saban as a person. Like, even if she's over-exaggerating, I'm pretty sure most of it's still true.
It's believable, that's what it is. Guys, I hate this boss. I really do.
Like, I like the idea, like, Brad Hawkins moved to Dallas, just so he can get away from Saban.
I mean...
That's why now a voice actor for Funimation.
Austin St. John, Thuy Trang, and
Walter
Jones were like, nah, use a bitch, and then left. Austin St. John calls Haim Saban very mean names when he's at conventions doing panels.
Well, I think we can now. I think most of it could now say that publicly, since the franchise is no longer owned, but he doesn't own the franchise anymore.
Yep. Yeah, he was doing that back in like 2014. It was great. He was like the only one that was doing it. Everyone was like, Saban, because Saban was paying him.
I don't think we'll ever hear Jason David Frank ever say anything bad on Saban.
That's because Jason David Frank never says anything bad about anybody, because he's a people pleaser who tries to make sure that he never burns any business bridges, and he has a fragile ego, as we know by my friend that walked up to Jason David Frank and said, "Who are you in Power Rangers?" and his whole world shattered.
It's true.
Are you that teacher for that one episode of Dial Under?
Was it? He's like, it would be like, oh, I played Tommy. Yeah, was he in that one SPD episode, that Ranger that never unmorphed? It wasn't even in that episode. That's the best part.
Yeah, was it Trent's act? What was it? Trent's actor who had to impersonate him for the
Yep.
SPD episode, the War Home.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty much the extent.
It's really not hard to impersonate JDF though.
I mean, all you do is go Sub-Zero!
See ya! Yeah! I'm not saying JDF's a bad actor.
Unless he's voice acting.
Except I am.
Unless he's I think he's a fine actor, but
See, here's the thing.
thing.
Why is he a bad voice actor? Because he doesn't have his martial arts to cover his lack of acting skill.
I think I say the only time where I feel like his acting was actually legitimate was Soundout, because I think he had a try there.
He also was only there for like half the season because he was like, I'm gonna go home. They're like, you what? He's like, I'm gonna go home. Like, okay, you're encased in amber now. Now you're invisible.
And then you're in a suit. And then you are in a coma.
I hate that. I'm probably gonna stop playing Sonic after I die. Because I hate this stage.
I should stop streaming after you finish this finish Sonic. Because look
This
how
is the last thing Soundout ever streamed.
If Guilty Gear ever comes back and Extreme Versus decides to be a dick and not let us stream, then yeah, maybe.
Never forget the non-canon 10th anniversary, the anniversary stream that's non-canon.
See, guys, I did stream again. I didn't let that stop me. I just lost all my rings.
No, again, that stream's non-canon. There's no proof.
It was erased from the timeline. The only people that know about it were the people that were there. And it was an 11th anniversary stream. It wasn't even the 10th anniversary, so I don't...
11, I think it was last year.
I hate this zone. It's a total pain in the ass, and it's so full of traps and crap. It's like, oh, go collect these rings. Just kidding, you're at the beginning of the stage now.
Remember when they cast JDF as Fort Max in the Power of the Primes trilogy?
Yeah, that was certainly a choice. Then again, Power of the Primes trilogy was literally all just one giant choice.
Let's get YouTubers to voice our characters. And not even YouTubers are our voice actors. It's just.
Can you believe that was animated by Tatsunoko?
That was their D team.
No, that was their A team because Tatsunoko has no quality anymore.
How does animation look worse? I'm trying to think if Energon looks worse than that. Your Power to Prime trilogy or Energon looks worse.
I think Energon is not worse only because it wasn't done by Tatsunoko, which is a studio that has so much legacy.
I will say that even though Cybertron's animation is a little dated in some places because 2000 animation, I still think the animation still holds up visually.
This is Gonzo plans for the future. They're like, we want this to look good in 10 years. And they're mostly successful. I hate this stage. Never once liked it.
The stage is a lot better with Knuckles.
Yeah, because you can cheat over all the traps.
Yeah, glide. Couldn't you use Tails to fly over those things though?
Yeah, but input lag.
I mean, yeah, all you need to do is press up on the D-pad. You're just going to grabbing the flying animation.
Yeah, he's been failing at that every time I tried it.
So speaking of Transformers news, do you hear that all the Cybertron games now just lost their servers?
I'm surprised that they just now lost their servers. That would have happened like years ago.
Well, didn't they release Fall for Cybertron for PS4?
No.
Like at least digital only, I think.
Yeah, it was digital only.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the fact that High Moon Studios is dead and yet their games keep getting, like, really awkwardly re-released is disturbing. I thought I could break through this wall. never mind.
I mean, like, a Rockstar can sue, release new version of LA Noire, well, even though that team's not defunct, like, and add new content. And they probably Hasbro probably found a studio.
Probably. It's funny too because the Activision license expired as well.
Can we get a new Transformers game, please? That's good. Like, we have Battle for the Grid now. Can we have a good Transformers game that's like, like good quality like that?
That would be nice, but I don't have faith in humanity. Oh god. Oh god, no!
They just get Endwave. They just get Endwave to make a reskin of Battle for the Grid by Transformers.
Yeah, but Forged to Fight's like the only Transformers fighting game to ever happen, and it's just, oh god. Transformers fighting games are weird because you have to like incorporate the Transformer part.
You sound like you ever played the Transmetal game?
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever played the PS2 Transformers? Was it Takakai?
The Armada one or the... Oh no, the one that was released fully in English, but yet was Japan only?
Yeah, the Japan one. I think like that game has several names. I think it was what we called Transformers, but it was other names that has like Transformers Tatakai, Transformers of the Future. Like yeah, it has several names. But have you guys ever played that one or seen it?
Yeah.
Yes, played, no.
It's horrible.
I don't know.
I think the Transformers Armada game is actually really good. I actually kind of want that game to ever get I actually think that game should have like a decent HD remaster.
That'd be cool if it did.
I hate this stage so much. Bonus time.
Is this?
Hmm?
No. I just saw something. No, something. That's not.
I have 170 rings. I'm probably going to lose them all in this stupid fight. Yep, there they go.
What do you expect this year's Lightning Collection Comic-Con exclusive to be?
Available online only.
No. I mean, what do you think it's gonna be? Not like it's obviously gonna be Hasbro proposed, but what do you think it's gonna be?
Sorry, that was too easy. That was too much of a... I want a set that gives us the Zeo power cannon combined weapon that we can split up and give to everyone because oh my god.
Well, they already released Zeo Go for Comic-Con.
Well, I just want the gun. I don't care what it comes with.
I can't wait for another Fighting Spirit 3-pack because they always keep doing that.
They really don't care about Tommy that much, so maybe not.
What do you mean? We got the old drag. Yeah, honestly, like this week, I'm grateful we're not buried under like Draken variants right now.
Yet. But give it a few years.
Machine Empire 3-pack that comes with the Zeo Battle Cannon.
Well, Louis Kaboom's gonna be in Heroes of the Grid, so...
Is he gonna be part of the
He's not in the Psycho box. There's another figure pack coming at the same time, and it's a smaller set.
So like that pack with Doggy Kruger and some of the other arrangements, that's part of the. Is that part of the Zeo wave or no?
All of everything coming out this year is part of Phase 2. The Zeo was just the Phase 2 Kickstarter essentially. They split up the Phase 2 Year 2 stuff because they didn't want to have to wait 8 months to ship to customers.
So Rise of the Psychopath, that's Phase 2 still, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the big ender to Phase 2, which is like the big box expansion.
That's the Shattered Grid of this year.
Yeah, same price, same size. We're not sure exactly what's in it, but yeah, they revealed a piece of artwork and it's got Louis Kaboom, and I'm like, oh, give it to me.
They have probably another villain pack, probably.
Yeah, people are speculating a Machine Empire villain pack, and that's probably what it is.
Can we get the purse monster in that pack from Zeo?
No, because that thing traumatizes me from O-Ranger versus Cocker Ranger.
Okay, so that was a thing for the Sentai and not weird PR thing.
Yeah, it was a sexual rapist in that too.
Oh my god, really?
The way it licked women was disgustingly horrible.
Oh,
you thought it was Harvey Weinstein. Like, oh my god.
Oh boy, I can't wait when we ever do a filler episode of Ninja Talks.
I will never forgive what it did to Tsurahime.
Oh god. Okay. Alright, man. Time to put the Cocker Ranger versus O-Ranger versus the Zeo Ranger arc filler episode ready for Ninja Talks then. Oh no, we don't have a episode planned for after Garo, right? Middle?
Metal or yeah.
We don't have an episode planned yet for after Under the Moonbow, right?
I think we're still debating it.
Maybe we should do that. That'll be our off-ball episode. Honestly, now I'm thinking about it, then Monster Design does kind of scream like creepy rapist. I just think, yeah, I'm not thinking, yeah, that's like, I'm surprised I haven't figured that out yet. That design does scream kind of, like, ugh.
It's uck. I hate it with a burning passion.
Like, it's like, oh.
It's worse than the faucet monster that has a penis. Like, O-Ranger was weird, guys.
Well, which side of O-Ranger? Because due to the fact of the terrorist attack of Japan, like, O-Ranger was kind of split into kind of two halves of the serious side and the more comedic side.
Yes,
so
penis faucet and purse rapist were both in the comedic side.
Oh god.
Because they're like, this is funny, right, kids? And kids are like, you?
No.
Yeah, I honestly feel like the show was scarier after they tried to make it funny.
Yeah, really? Oh god. We should do O-Ranger one day for the chicks.
I'm not watching it again. I'll just go off memory. I'm not watching it again.
You traumatize you that much?
Yes.
You got O-Ranger good sense. Why were you rank O-Ranger then instead of Sentai?
Guys, like, literally, my tier list is everything above O-Ranger.
So even in how about compared to Ninja then?
I haven't watched Ninja Beyond Episode 1, but I'd still rather watch that than O-Ranger again. I hate this zone.
Well, I'm curious how to watch O-Ranger now hearing you talking about it. The only thing I know about O-Ranger is dash, O-Ranger.
Riki's, like, amazing because he's totally me in that show. Because the thing is, like, Riki just doesn't hang out with the rest of the team. He's just, like...
That's Key Ranger, right?
Yeah. Dude literally, like, just goes off to his pyramid when the fight's over and just he shows up, He fights. He goes off to the pyramid and just ignores everybody.
So Pyramid was a base. So it is a base.
Yep. It's like Riki's bachelor pad.
Is there like actual like, set for inside King
Yep.
Pyramid?
It's basically just the cockpit set, but yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't like try to adapt that for at least Trey for his first episodes.
Well, that's because Trey didn't have a character until after they revealed he wasn't Brad Hawkins underneath, but instead was a lot more diverse and interesting.
Trey had a character?
Yeah. He was split into 3 bodies. That's what counts for character in Saban era.
Nah, the only reason why they, I think the only reason why they kind of bring back Trey as a leg, so they still have 2 Jasons for like representation.
That was the reason why Heroes of the Grid had Trey, or Battle for the Grid used Trey instead of Jason. Because they're like, now we don't have 2 characters.
Well, I mean, the Battle for the Grid pulled from the Brad Hawkins personality.
Oh yeah, which I guess technically is still the same personality.
Nightly, I guess. I guess it's their personality combined, except 3 separate. What was so what was like heart? It was Trey of Heart, Trey of Courage, and what was
Trey of Wisdom.
So
I was
guess
actually, damn it, I had the perfect joke set up. It was Trey of Heart, Trey of Courage, and Trey of Hawkins.
I guess you combine all of the guy, you get cocky asshole.
Yep. Have I mentioned how I hate this stage with a burning passion? This zone.
I don't remember this stage going this long. Are you in Act 2?
We are in Act 2, yes. The Marble Garden Zone is just freaking. And I screwed up. And now I'm gonna die. Bong. And on that note, I want to wrap up my stream because I'm tired.
Yeah, where's that stream? So, thank you very much for sticking with us through all this madness of streams.
Yeah, I wish we got to play Guilty Gear.
Well, we did one time.
Yeah, we did get to play Guilty Gear. I got 1 match in. I'm gonna clip that later and put some cool music over it. my combo compilation: Guilty Gear Round 1, 1 fight.
The rest is filler.
Yeah, no, that was actually kind of fun just playing random games. It was definitely less frustrating than the beta. I'm gonna go. Let's see. The beta's definitely closed by now. So there's no going to that.
Hoping they do like here's an extra day to say sorry about day 1.
Yeah, so tomorrow,
Same time, isn't it?
No, it's a different time tomorrow. So tomorrow being Saturday, so Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern is round 2. So I might be streaming if I can get the game running. I'm gonna test the game first and see if it's running. If it is, I'll start a stream. So if you guys want to check that out, it's totally an option.
So like, contact me when you play.
I'll just text you. Yeah, it depends if the game is going to work because I don't want to stream and sit there at a loading menu or do all this other stuff we did tonight. I'd rather just if it works, it works. If not, I'm just gonna nap in the afternoon or something.
Yes, tell me ahead of time. Thank you everyone who's still here watching this.
We appreciate it.
I'm on to good surprise we can because this is an audience for all these stream jumps. They're the true heroes.
The true heroes are the ones that kept following us even though we kept jumping
The
streams.
true heroes of the grid.
Oh, that was a great tie-in.
Showcase.
I really wish I had noticed that my my stream my OBS window has been like a little bit too high in the box this whole time.
We didn't bother. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it doesn't even fit. No, never mind. Anyways, thanks for all tuning in. We're signing off. We'll see if I'm on tomorrow for Guilty Gear or not. If you don't hear anything on Twitter, that means I'm not doing anything. So, Bye, everyone.
Bye.